I'm a second AC camera assistant in the Nashville area. My main job is to assist the first AC and camera operators and DP above them. So, I'm Caitlin Rivera, and this is the Nashville Filmmakers Guild. I knew I wanted to be in the film industry from about age 15 or so. I really enjoyed watching like behind the scenes features on DVDs and bonus features and stuff. Actually, even though I'm in camera department now, my initial interest was in costume design. By the time I was 17, I was able to step foot on set and assist a wardrobe department. Sometimes when you're in a position, it kind of reminds you of what your strengths and weaknesses are, and I don't think wardrobe and costume design was my strength. So I ventured into script supervising as well, and what I found with script supervising personally was that I preferred a department that had multiple people in it instead of just one person. So I spent some time doing that, but then realized over time that I was more interested in the camera department. One of my favorite jobs I've ever worked on was a feature film called I Saw the Light, and it's about Hank Williams, played by Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston is a wonderful person. He remembers everybody's names. He's fantastic. I was in the camera department on that job, and just my favorite part about the whole thing was the crew from top to bottom. The DP was Dante Spinotti, and the people that he brings with him onto his projects are just as wonderful as he is. I just felt like it was like the perfect instant crew family. Everybody cared about everybody, and just seeing that model of a crew setup of people is what I'm striving for in my journey through the camera department. I was very lucky because my dad is a former grip and electric in the film industry, so I was able to, whenever I communicated to him that I was interested in the film industry, he was able to connect me to the right people and help me get my foot in the door at age 17. Not everybody's that lucky, and I realize some people have to work a lot harder than that. But from the moment of me stepping foot into the industry, I joke with my dad about how I went from being Tom's daughter to him being Caitlin's dad. So I grew up in Dallas, so my main entry into the film industry was in Dallas, which was mostly commercials. From there, I went and moved to Louisiana when I got the opportunity to be a part of a series called Salem. Started off as a production assistant on that job and got to move into camera department. When I started in this industry, I was young and single and didn't have any children. And fast forward to today, I'm married and I have three. I have a three-year-old and a 9-month-old. My stepson's 10 and a half. And as I moved into this family role, I processed the fact that maybe I would have to change careers because I needed more time to be with family. Maybe it's from moving to Nashville, but I quickly found that that was not the case, that I could have it all, honestly. At the time of when I got married, I was working like 70 hours a week on set, and that was not sustainable. Actually, being in this industry in Nashville was actually more beneficial for me and my family than if I had another job. I was pregnant while working in the camera department. Here in Nashville, I've just been lucky to be hired and surrounded by great crew members that we all look out for each other. And so being pregnant on set, I was still able to do like 80 to 90% of my job, but it was not an issue for the other 10%. Because I just had a really great group of people around me. They were so supportive of my family dynamic and the fact that, when you're pregnant, you're bringing one of your children to work with you. So, but it's kind of cool to look back also and realize that, my daughter and my son were on set with me on certain jobs. So that part's really cool too. One of my favorite things about being a filmmaker in Nashville is just the people I get to work with. I've worked in different cities, and Nashville has become my favorite. I mean, it is my home now. I've made it my home, but I've just really recognized the fact that the people who live and work here in the film industry are professionals. They're respectful. They're team players and they're family friendly. I have kids and they care a lot about my kids and my family, and I never experienced that much of that in other cities. Not to put those cities down, but I felt it a lot more here when I moved here. I'm a firm believer that you can't really do all this on your own very well. Well, lucky for us, there's resources out there right now that put us at each other's fingertips with social media and the internet in general. With something like the Nashville Filmmakers Guild, you get to communicate directly to each other and get to meet and work together. It's not as hard as it has been in the past to communicate and stay in touch and work together and make cool stuff.